I'm Lorna Schultz Nicholson, and I'm the author of What to Bring.
My name is Ellen Rooney, and I'm the illustrator of What to Bring.
This is a story that was based on a true life event. It was the summer of 2020, August, and I was up in my office writing. I got a text from a girlfriend of mine, and she said, Lorna, is that fire near you? And I thought, what fire? And she said, there's a fire. It's all over the news. So I went downstairs and sure enough, looked out my window and there was this huge cloud of smoke. And then the evacuation order came and they came to our house and they told us that we had to evacuate. So I got the dogs in the car and we went across the lake, went across to our friend's house, and we sat up all night watching this fire.
Personally, I connected with the story right away because the material was so close to real life here in the Okanagan Valley. Even the events that inspired it, where the fire that Lorna had to evacuate from was just a little ways down the valley. We could see the smoke and the flames from our house.
And then when we got back into our house a week later, all of us neighbors all got together because we'd all been evacuated. And my neighbor, who had a little 5-year-old daughter, said, well, McKenna, she said she wanted to bring all of her shoes. And her mom said, no, McKenna, you can only bring 3 pair of shoes. And so that sort of got me on Malia saying to her mom, I want to bring everything. And then her mom just saying, no, you can bring 3 things. And that's where I got the idea for the book.
You know, when I get a manuscript like this one, for example, all I knew was that I had a few names of some characters and an idea that they lived in an area that was prone to wildfire. You know, I had to kind of create the whole world that they were in, and who they were going to be.
There's no doubt about it that evacuating a home due to an environmental disaster is a scary thing. There's an unknown to it. So when writing the book, I wanted to treat this with sensitivity. Malia, I wanted her to feel like she was in a safe environment, and that would be with her family. So her family is what gives her safety. And I felt that that was really important. And I think that the scene where she piles all the toys up is a little bit of a break as well from the scariness of her hiding behind the sofa in the beginning, thinking, I don't know what's going on.
I think for me, the bigger challenge of this book was trying to find the right tone. So for this one, I spent a lot of time trying to convey the feelings of the book in a way that was kind of serious, but not too scary either. And also to kind of portray the beauty of the home and the environment that the story takes place in, and the transformation of that environment when the fire comes closer to the home.
When I got the initial proofs of Ellen Rooney's illustrations, I was absolutely thrilled. Ellen did an absolutely brilliant job with the illustrations for this book. Ellen gave it this light and she gave it this energy that made it not seem so scary. And I really, really appreciated that because she understood what I was trying to do with the story. And amazing, just amazing.
One of my favorite things about working on this particular book was working on a story that was very close to home for me. And one of the fun parts of that was just being able to use the local landscape. I really had a good time just going out and observing and drawing and sketching and bringing those elements of the colors and the plants of our local area into the illustrations for this book.
I'm hoping that maybe teachers can read it to classes and it can, spark a little discussion about environmental issues, what's going on in our world, forest fires, floods, this kind of thing. Like it's happening all over the place. It's happening to people. And I think that it's important that we talk about it and we talk about what would you do if you were evacuated and what would be important to you and even just what would be the 3 things that you would choose.
I'm always curious about what a kid's reaction is going to be to any of the books that I work on. And this one, I'm really curious about what that will be. I think it could create a great opportunity for parents to talk to a child, not only about disasters and emergency situations, but even more mundane situations where we have to learn how to cope with things that are difficult for us.
When kids read this story, I'm hoping, number one, that they enjoy the story and that they see the value in the story. My intention was just to show that stuff is stuff and that stuff can be replaced. Above all else, family in these kinds of situations are what's most important.